I play Oscar Grant in Fruitvale Station, and he is a this 22-year-old young man from the Bay Area who was a family man. He you know overcame some obstacles in his past, made some mistakes, but you know the three most important people in his life was his daughter, his mother, and his girlfriend, and he was just tired of letting them down, affecting the people that he really cared about. And he was trying to, I think they were the main reason why he was trying to get his life back in order. And unfortunately, Oscar Grant was shot and killed by a BART transit police officer in 2009. Yeah, I mean, I think to really give the audience, a clear idea of who he was, and for people that might have never been to the Bay or might have never, been around somebody that looked like Oscar before. I think you spend a day in the life of anybody. You spend, a day, with you from sun up to sundown, in your day-to-day routine. I can get a pretty good idea of your character and who you are, and I think that's what we really wanted to do with Oscar, is to give like you said, the humanizing part of it all. Yes, he made mistakes. Yes, he was flawed. Yes, he had a record. Yeah, he was, on parole. Yeah, that those are all the negatives that people seem to harp on. But yes, he had a daughter, that he loved very much, and he tried to do the right thing. Yes, he was trying to get his life back in order, as far as with his job and his girlfriend. He was doing a lot of soul searching during that time, and and yeah, I think the story is just about a man who's trying to do the right thing, trying to get his life back in order. Working with Octavia Spencer was, I mean, I felt like I was just in the presence of greatness. Just kind of just soaking up any knowledge or advice or anything she had to say to me. She's the film. We had a lot of heavy scenes together. So she would always find moments to keep things light and keep us smiling and keep the crew laughing and keeping us just in good spirits, especially during the harder times of filming. I think she's somebody who's a great at ad-libbing improv. So we found a lot of magic moments, stuff that wasn't on the page, reading in between the lines, and I had a blast working with her. It was a great time. I can't wait to do it again. When I saw the incident when it happened, back in 2009, I felt like I wanted to do something to kind of like, to be a part of this story, this movement. I wanted to do something to help, and didn't really have an outlet. 4 years later, the script comes along. I meet Ryan Coogler, and opportunity for me to play Oscar Grant comes up, and I think it was so important for this story to get told and for people to hear, like what happened, and yeah, I'm honored that I got a chance to portray him and put my take on it. Me and Ryan, and yeah, it means a lot to me.